Namaste. Today we'll talk about why you should not join a startup. There's this startup frenzy going on, startup FOMO going on, and everybody is asking me, Tanay bhaiya, now you have also started up. Should I now join startup? I have been this corporate person for almost 10 years now, right? And I've been doing this corporate life for 10 years and saying people that you can make money in corporate as well through stocks and whatnot. What changed? Something else changed for me does not mean it should change for you as well. So today we'll talk only and only about why you should not join a startup. In 2012, when I graduated, I had different goals in my life. I had different priorities in my life. In 2017, when I joined a startup for a small amount of time, I had different goals in my life, different priorities in my life. So things change for everyone. You need to understand where you are. So I'll tell you why I decided not to join startup or work in a very high stress environment early on in my career. Yeah, I was doing this whole hustle for so long. When you are standard 10, your parents tell you, beta ye saal pad lo, next year acha bitega. Then you say, 12th kar lo, IIT nikal lo, life will be good, right? Every time your teachers, your parents, your mentors are fooling you, and you are ending up working harder and harder. So when I realized that my 6 years of hustle has led me to this job and the job was good enough that point of time, I decided I want to take a break from this hustle, right? Because I know that I have to keep hustling over time, over life. I took a little bit of break, spent time learning other things. In your life, you should not hustle only for money, right? So I hustled then for learning how to play badminton. I took TT training, I took cricket training. That was fun time. For 2 years, I learned everything. I played a lot of games, tournaments, whatnot, and had a good life. And then I started looking out for love, which is also fine because you need to spend time on that as well, and found my now wife, then girlfriend. So it's perfectly fine if you want to live your life on your own terms. There should not be any FOMO that you should join a startup now. It can happen later as well. Not talking about me, there could be other reasons for you not joining a startup. And that's very fair too. Say you want to go to United States of America. A lot of my friends had that dream that bro, अपने को US जाना है, वहाँ तेज गाड़ी चलानी है. Fine. If you want to go to US, joining a startup would not work out for you. Joining a company like Microsoft or Google will open doors for you to go to US later on. Not only that, if you want to go for masters, if you want to do, MS in US and things like that, then also joining a startup would not leave you time to prepare for the exams. If you want to do CAT, you would not get time to prepare for exams. So it's perfectly fine to know what you want and optimize your life and your choices and your decisions for that want and not for everything else. FOMO is for average people. Remember this, folks. Don't get into FOMO of startups. Understand that startups are about asymmetric bets. You take a lot of hard work, lot of risk, and put it into ESOPs, and 9 out of 10 startups fail. So you should understand that startup, whichever startup it is, are more prone to failure than success. If you are not about taking these big bets right now in your career, then also you should avoid startups, and that is fine. You should not take risks with your life all the time. The other part why I tell people not to join startups sometimes is because your work-life balance takes a hit. In startups, you have to work sometimes 6 days a week, sometimes 60 to 80 hours. Startups and work-life balance don't go hand in hand. Even while I was hiring developers and other people for my own startup, I told them very clearly that for the first 6 to 9 months, you won't get work-life balance. To be honest, tomorrow is the first official leave of Invact, except Sundays. We have been working for past 6 months, 6 days a week, without any national holiday. The people were taking sick leaves, but there were no official leaves till now. That's not the right way to do it. But when you are working in a startup, you have to put in all, in casino, you have to go all in into it. And sometimes in your life, you're not ready to go all in, and that's perfectly fine. If you want work-life balance, if you want me time, personal time, after your job, do not join startups right now.